I've been looking at my scraps, getting ready for our traffic jam sew along that starts on January 1. Hi, my friend. I am so happy to see you. So glad to see you on Sunday night. I'm Pat Sloan, and I just wanted to be sure that you know about the traffic jam sew along. It's to use up scraps. We all have scraps. I have got bins of them. I've shown you, and I was playing around with the traffic jam block, so I thought I'd show you a couple of them to sort of get you inspired. And I know that right now for the next few days it's very busy, but I think a lot of you may have carved out a little bit of mental time to do something for yourself, to just play around with your fabric, and looking at your scraps is a good thing. So what I did is I went through this bin because I've got them sort of by color. So this one is the one I showed you the other day, and I pulled out some of the fabrics, and I did some photos, so when I do an article on it you'll see it, but I wanted to give you this little sneak peek of how to sort of think through your fabrics for the scrap quilt, the traffic jam. So there's the fabrics I picked, and what I did is I made up one block. So here it is. I did the purple and yellow and gray. And then what I did is I found a nice little dot that has gray and yellow in it, and that is what I put in the four corners. You could have gone scrappy, but I wanted to be sure that this plus sign really pops and it isn't going to sort of mush out on us. And I will, you can play around with those corners without sewing this all together and just see how that's going to look. So I have a couple of other piles. So what I did is I've started making these little piles so that I can do a bunch of samples. This is green and black with a gray, like a gray dot. Then I did do you remember my Betty's luncheonette? That fabrics from that? Here are some of them. And I thought, well, I don't really have that many of these fabrics left. So I cut them all up, and I thought, well, let's see. I could put them on navy because I think on navy they would pop really, really nice. And these are all fairly light. Then I thought, what other fabrics do I have already cut up that I have a lot of? Because that is where I get the most bang for my buck. If I use something I've already pre-cut a lot of for the traffic jam block, then I will use it up. That's the goal. So I got this bin out. This bin is practically full, and it's mostly lights. There's 2 stacks of greens, but most of these are very light. So I thought, okay, so let me look around. So I looked around and I found a big piece of fabric that is this. And I love this fabric. It's from a long time ago. It was a Sweetwater fabric, and I just love it. I had it in different colorways. So what I thought is all these lights on with this, so that there'll be light plus signs, and then all of the backgrounds will be this, and I could use up this fabric and see a lot of it, and use up some of this massive amount of light 2.5-inch squares. So I will link you to the article I already wrote on the traffic jam so that you can go and download the block pattern and have that. And if you are having a little time to play around with your fabrics, you can go in your studio and tidy up. You could work on getting some 2.5-inch squares selected. What are you going to work with the traffic jam? And I just wanted to be sure that you know about it. Tomorrow is fireside chat, so the nice little chat tomorrow night on Monday night, and I will see you there. Bye-bye.